Dating can be one of the most confusing areas of life, especially when it feels like nothing is working. Have you ever been in a situation where you are trying your best, but things just do not click? You are not alone. Today, we are diving into something crucial: common dating mistakes that men make, and, most importantly, how you can avoid them to improve your dating life dramatically. Trust me, some of these might seem small, but they are game changers. And by the end of this video, you will have the tools you need to stop sabotaging your chances and start attracting the right person. Stay with me, because you will not want to miss these key insights that could change your entire approach. I will be sharing some real-life examples, backed by psychology, so you can see how these mistakes play out and how easy it can be to correct them. Stick around for that. Let us start with the first mistake, which might surprise you. It is being too available. Yes, you heard that right. One of the biggest mistakes men make is always being readily available for the person they are interested in. It seems counterintuitive, right? You might think that being available shows your dedication and interest. But here is the thing. If you are constantly available, always the first one to respond, or never give the other person a chance to miss you, you might actually be making yourself seem less desirable. Relationships thrive on a balance of space and closeness. When you are always available, it can create an imbalance that leads to the other person taking you for granted. Instead, take a step back. Let the other person initiate sometimes. Give them space to wonder about you. It builds intrigue and keeps the excitement alive. It is like reading a good book. If you knew every chapter before it happened, you would lose interest. So, let some mystery hang in the air. Now, here is where things get interesting. How often do you catch yourself trying to impress someone by talking about your achievements or accomplishments? The second common mistake is talking too much about yourself. Now, do not get me wrong, confidence is attractive, but there is a fine line between being confident and being self-centered. It is important to remember that dating is not a one-sided interview. It is about connecting with the other person, finding common ground, and showing genuine interest in their life. Ask questions. Listen actively. If you spend the entire date talking about yourself, you might miss the chance to build a deeper connection. Research actually shows that people who ask more questions and show curiosity in others are perceived as more attractive and charismatic. So, the next time you are on a date, instead of telling another story about yourself, try asking a follow-up question about something they shared. You might be surprised at how much more engaging the conversation becomes. And this leads me to a quick thought. Have you ever been on a date where someone just would not stop talking about themselves? How did that make you feel? I would love to hear your experiences, so drop a comment below, and let's share our stories. Conversations are a two-way street, and the more you show interest in someone else, the more likely they will open up to you. People love talking about themselves, but when you listen, you create a connection, and that connection is key to moving forward. Moving on to mistake number 3. This is a big one, and it is all about ignoring red flags. We have all been there. You are interested in someone, and you want it to work out so badly that you overlook things that you know, deep down, are deal breakers. Whether it is consistent bad behavior, lack of respect, or just a gut feeling that something is not right, ignoring these signs can lead to bigger problems down the road. It is easy to get swept up in the excitement of a new relationship. But remember, red flags exist for a reason. Pay attention to how the other person treats you and others. It is better to address potential issues early on than to ignore them and hope they will disappear. Spoiler alert, they almost never do. Here is a tip. Make a mental note of any uncomfortable behavior, and do not be afraid to communicate your boundaries. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, and that starts from day one. While we are on the topic of red flags, this is a good time to remind you to subscribe to the channel. If you are enjoying this so far, we have plenty more content coming up that will help you navigate relationships, personal growth, and more. And hey, if you find this helpful, why not hit the like button while you are at it? Your support helps us create more content like this. Every like helps others find this video too. Alright, let us jump into the next common dating mistake, and this one is all about mindset, putting the other person on a pedestal. It is easy to fall into the trap of idealizing someone you are attracted to, but doing so can lead to major problems. When you put someone on a pedestal, you automatically put yourself in a position of inferiority. This imbalance can create unnecessary pressure on the relationship and can even push the other person away. Remember, no one is perfect, and it is important to approach dating with a mindset of equality. You are both human beings with your own flaws and strengths. Keep things balanced and do not let infatuation cloud your judgment. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like the other person was out of your league? That is a sign you might be falling into this trap. Remember, confidence is not about thinking less of yourself, it is about realizing your own worth. Now, mistake number 5 is one that many men make without even realizing it: moving too fast. Whether it is pushing for commitment too soon, making grand gestures early on, or simply rushing the emotional connection, moving too fast can backfire. Relationships, especially at the beginning, need time to grow naturally. If you rush things, it can overwhelm the other person and make them feel pressured. Slow it down. Enjoy the process of getting to know each other. Let things unfold organically. Trust me, there is no need to sprint to the finish line when it comes to relationships. In fact, taking your time often leads to deeper, more meaningful connections. And remember, dating is not a race. The goal is not to get to the finish line as quickly as possible. It is to build something strong and lasting. Quick break here. What do you think so far? If you have experienced any of these mistakes, I want to hear about it in the comments. And do not forget to share this video with your friends if you think they could benefit from avoiding these dating pitfalls. It is always better to learn together, right? Alright, moving on. This next mistake is one that can easily be overlooked: being too passive. Sometimes, men take the laid-back approach a little too far, and it ends up coming across as disinterest. Being passive can lead to missed opportunities. Whether it is not making a move when the moment is right, not expressing how you feel, or simply not taking the initiative to plan a date. Remember, confidence is key in dating. If you are too passive, the other person might assume you are not that interested, even if you are. Do not be afraid to show your intentions and take the lead when it feels appropriate. A little effort goes a long way. Think of it as dancing. It is about moving in sync, and sometimes you need to take the lead. Now, this last mistake is a big one, and it can really make or break a relationship. Whether it is not being clear about your intentions, avoiding difficult conversations, or simply not expressing how you feel, poor communication is one of the biggest reasons relationships fail. Do not assume that the other person knows what you are thinking. Be open, honest, and direct with your communication. If something is bothering you, talk about it. If you are unsure about where things are heading, ask. Good communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and without it, things can quickly fall apart. And when I say communication, I mean the good, the bad, and the uncomfortable. It is not always easy, but it is always necessary. A simple conversation today can prevent a major issue tomorrow. Before we wrap up, here is something to think about. What dating mistake have you made in the past that you wish you had known to avoid? Let me know in the comments. I am genuinely curious to hear your stories. And if you have made it this far into the video, congratulations, you are already ahead of the game by learning how to avoid these common pitfalls. Why not reward yourself by subscribing to the channel? I promise, you will not regret it. Alright, let us close things out with a final thought. Dating is not about being perfect, it is about being aware. If you can recognize these common mistakes and make small adjustments, you will set yourself up for much greater success in your dating life. So, take these tips, apply them, and watch how your dating experiences start to shift. And remember, The key to any good relationship is being yourself, flaws and all. Authenticity always wins. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care of yourself and your relationships. Be sure to like the video if you found value in it, and if you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.